Hi everyone, welcome to another training session here at the Virtual Staff Finder Academy. In this video, you will learn how to create email newsletters using Mailchimp, which is one of the most popular email marketing services around with over 2.5 million users. Now, usually when you are working with Mailchimp, or if the client asks you to work with Mailchimp, they already have a previous newsletter in the archives or in the dashboard of Mailchimp. And so this makes it easy for you to create a new campaign or a new email newsletter using that draft. I will show you how that works here. So I'm just logging in into the Mailchimp account of a client that I do newsletters for. And so I'm going to campaigns. Okay, on the side note, one thing about email newsletters or email marketing campaigns is that people or your client will usually send it on a particular day. So many famous bloggers or business coaches like Marie Forleo, Ali Brown, and Derek Halpern, they usually send out their email newsletters on a Tuesday because according to some studies, people are opening their emails more on a Tuesday rather than on a Monday, which is the start of a week. Or so I've really seen a lot of marketers sending out email campaigns on a Tuesday. So this is the same for my current client. We send out Teen Tip Tuesday. That's the name of the marketing campaign or the email campaign, and we always send it on a Tuesday. So in this case, I will just replicate this campaign, and what this does is that it will copy the old campaign and then you can edit it. So here, you don't need to edit the list because it will be going to the same people. And then there's also the subject line. That's where you'll need to start editing. Usually, your client will give you the subject line for your email campaign. And in this case, I already know the client very well, so I can create a subject line for her because in her email, I will now show you a screenshot of her email. She did not include a subject line. So, but since I've worked with her for years, I can guess, which direction she'd want to go. And so, I'll just edit the name of the campaign and notice that I'm changing the date to the date that we're sending out the campaign. And then I'm editing the email subject. Okay. Love yourself. And what I like to do with the email subject is to use the first name. Okay. And what this does is that it automatically inserts the first name of the recipient here. So for example, I will receive this email newsletter. Then it will have Nika here and then the subject line here. And then we're going to design the campaign. If, for example, your client asks you to create a totally new template than the one that they have, don't worry. Mailchimp has a drag and drop email editor that you can easily use, and it's very intuitive. You don't need to have a lot of email marketing experience to be able to create a new template. Okay, so now here's our template right here, and note, usually you don't change this is the header, and these buttons, if people click on them, they get taken to the website. This one, they get taken to the Twitter account, and this one, they get taken to the Facebook account. Usually for emails like this, you only need to change some parts of it. In our case, we actually, we rarely change this part, the sidebar, because that's just links to our different web properties like YouTube accounts, the online store, and what we really change in this regard is the Teen Tip Tuesday right here and the body of the email right here. And so I'm just going to edit this one with the one that she sent, which is sometimes the heart sees what is invisible to the eye. So I'm just going to copy that here at our page and paste as plain text. Okay, why did I paste it as plain text? Notice that if I just paste it like that, it becomes highlighted, or it has some sort of highlighting or background behind the font. So I don't do that. I just edit it. I just paste it as plain text. Okay, sorry about that. And just format it the way it is supposed to be formatted. And H Jackson Brown. Okay, H Jackson Brown Jr. Okay, so don't worry if this your screen goes a little blank, because that means that Mailchimp is updating with the new info that you just entered. And then we can edit this part here, and in this case we have love work. Okay, this is where we enter the love work. Okay, and so love work of the week, and then just copy this text and paste it there. Okay, and then just learn. Okay, I paste as plain text. Learn to love yourself from inside out. That's what matters most. Look in the mirror every day and say, I love myself 10 times in the AM and 10 times at night. Do the lit at work and school. Just try it for a week. Do it. Okay, so since I know this client very well, I know that it is selling some wall sayings and affirmation sheets on its store. So what I'm going to do is to link that to put a link under the lab work to that sheet. So it says I love myself. Okay, let's look for the I love myself here. Okay, so I'm going to use I love myself more today. Okay, so check out our wall saying, I love myself more today. Here. And then you highlight it and then click on this chain like icon and then insert the link there. And so I like to put this on bold so that it is more prominent. Okay, so on to the next section of the email. You see here that we have Vicky Mama is lunch, but this was in November. So since the client did not add anything in there, you can just delete everything. Okay, and then make sure that you also delete those below. You can buy, I'm just going to add another line here. You can find Camp Kaya Love Workbook for teen girls. The link below for a sneak for a look. Okay, so roll this and then save it. Okay, so this is just a simple email newsletter, and all you have to do here is to add more sections if your client wants it. And so the next step would be the plain text version. So basically, the plain text version is for those people who doesn't allow images on their emails. But it's very easy to do. Just copy text from HTML and you'll notice that it has whatever you've written on the body. And then just confirm this one and preview and test. Open pop-up preview. So once you preview the email, make sure that you read it. Make sure that there are no spelling errors and there are no grammatical errors, and test it by sending it to yourself or sending it to your client. Usually what happens is once I finish drafting an email newsletter, I send a draft or a test email to the client so that she might edit it or add more information as needed, because sometimes they forget that they need to add something. So it's really good practice to send a test email to your client. And to do that in Mailchimp, you just have to click here, send test email, and then add the email address of your client. So for this one, I'm just going to add my email address. Okay, then send test. Okay, so okay, it has been sent and you don't need to save it. It's already saved. So either when the client approves the email, you can go ahead and schedule it. If you schedule, make sure to take note of the time zone right here, or you can actually schedule it to go out ASAP. So that's it. And I'm going to save and exit, okay, because I just sent a test email to myself. Okay, let's just look if I received the test email already. Okay, so here is what the email looks like inside Gmail. Immediately, I can see that there's something wrong with the email, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to the campaign builder and I'm going to edit the email. So I'm just going to click edit. So you can see here that it's a good so as I was saying, it's good practice to send an email to yourself, also a test email to yourself, so you can correct anything that's wrong before you send it to the client. Okay, so now I know that I need to edit this part. So learn to love yourself from the inside out. What that's what matters the most. That's what matters most. Look in the mirror every day and say, I love myself 10 times in the AM and 10 times at night. Do it at work 10 times in the morning and 10 times at night. Doodle it at work and school. Just try it for a week. Do it. Okay, save now. And I think that this email is good to go, and then I can send a draft to my client again or to myself again just to double check errors. Okay, so that's it. If you have any questions about creating email newsletters in Mailchimp, just hop on over to our Facebook group and then ask away. A member of the VSFA team will be there to assist you. Thanks.